Okay, so let's find our mat. So we're going to use a blanket today to sit upon. And then, oh my, she brought her treat out here. So that's great. And then we're going to use our blocks as well if we have them. And we're just going to support our knees in our butterfly pose. Gotta watch my dog. Around her. And then just find that support with the blocks underneath your knees, underneath your thighs, wherever it feels right for your support to go. Just let it go there. And then just start to settle in, rock a little side to side to move that fluff out from underneath you. And then let's take that moment to draw the shoulders up around the ears and let them drift down and back. Maybe take another breath or two just like that, breathing in. And as you exhale, release, let go, and even breathe out a sigh of relief. Just be here now. Let yourself land, let your palms move where they want to move. And as we sit tall here, just imagine that there are roots beneath your body that are beginning to spread with every breath that you take. This week we're practicing Ashtanga, the 8 limbs of yoga. So I just want to kind of emphasize that we're going to continue to expand those limbs that are within us of our way of being. And each of the next upcoming weeks, we'll talk about each of the limbs of the 8 limbs. So just notice your position here in space. And just see if you can sit even just a little bit taller. And begin to direct your breath into those tight, sticky spaces. So today is about coming to terms. We are all the stage and all the players. One of the great contributions of psychology has been to help us to understand how we replay our hurts and affections with other people and those who have hurt us or touched us. There are many names for this, the more well known being projection and transference. In essence, we play what has been said or done before and what hasn't been said or done over and over until we come to terms with it. The coming to terms is called healing, surrender, letting go, and even forgiveness. But just as germs run their course, all the players in our drama must be voiced before they will leave us. Just as we keep trying to get what we never got from someone else who doesn't know our game, we also keep the trespass alive by reenacting it on others nearby until we can humbly know what it is to be hurtful, which is the first step towards forgiveness. And I know for me, I've seen myself doing what was done to me. Never as cruel as or harsh, but it has been enough to make me tremble at how easy it is to be cruel when afraid or overwhelmed or scared, and how difficult it is to accept that we are all capable of terrible things, and how cleansing it is to realize that true kindness breathes just beneath this acceptance. So let's breathe in that kindness and that acceptance that we practice giving ourselves so that we can give it to others. As we remember, we are the stage and all the players. So maybe something spoke to you in that, or maybe it's something else altogether. Just start to breathe in what you need today for your intention. Feel it enter through the crown of your head, travel and land in the heart. And with the power of the breath, let it seep down into the far extremities and down into the roots that have been planted beneath you. So today our optional mantra, if you don't have one that you're coming back to for class, or maybe it's your intention, is I choose kindness and acceptance. I choose kindness and acceptance. Or maybe you shorten it and it's just I am kind and accepting. And while keeping our legs here supported, let's just draw our hands out outside of the hips. Let's take our inhale, draw the hands high, and then slowly, gently revolve with the hands just soften slowly down as you look one direction as the shoulders sink down. And now as you breathe in, I am kind and accepting. Just slowly let the gaze fall out over your front shoulder. And then we're going to release the rear hand and cross it over on top of that front arm. And now melt the gaze down and just gently walk your hands down. Keeping them crossed if you can to balance out the right and left hemispheres of the brain. As you breathe in that kindness and acceptance. And now slowly walk your hands back, inhale, rise up. And then revolve the other way, just gently soften the hands down. So shoulders soften down, head lifts high. And just even showing up today for our practice is an act of kindness and acceptance for where we are today and where our body is. So now soften the gaze over the front shoulder. And then let the rest of the body unwind, release the rear arm, just cross it over on top of the front arm, soften the gaze down. Feel the back body bend as the back of the heart receives. I am kind and accepting. Slowly walk your hands forward, melt forward. And now when you're ready, begin to inhale, walk your hands up, stack the head last, inhale the arms up. And now just let the right hand soften down, reach over. Feel the hip bring glue down as those roots spread wide. And then inhale, draw your arm up, reach up and over. And now inhale, come center, hands melt down to the center. Let's remove the blocks from underneath our knees or thighs and let our knees just fall open. As long as that's okay, you can keep the support there if you need it. Let's bring our hands one more time outside of the hips and reach the right left arm up and over. And then inhale, rise. One more time, reach to the other side. Now come back center, reach hands high and let them melt down to the center. And now slowly let the hands melt to the earth, draw the knees up, and we'll just bring our knees in front of us, feet in front of us, and draw our hands behind us. You can stay on that blanket if you're on that blanket, and just heel toe the feet a little bit wider, and just windshield wiper those legs side to side. Start to breathe into the tight, sticky spaces in those hips. And maybe as the knees fall one way, draw the heel of the palm to the back of the hip, the one that's furthest away from the earth, and just press that hip a little further forward. Let's do that a couple more times as we just add a little extra space in that rear hip. Last time, each direction. And then let's come back to the center. Now, if you've got a blanket, go ahead and remove that blanket out from underneath your seat bones. And we're going to do our twisting crunches. So we're going to bring our hands behind us. We're going to slowly engage the core, nice tall spine, draw the knees up, and then slowly lengthen the legs forward. And as you exhale, draw the knees to one shoulder, inhale forward, exhale other side. So just do that reverse twisting crunch. And just listen to where your wrists are today. Maybe 2 more times, each side. And then soften the feet down, open the knees 1 more time, sitting tall. And then slowly hinge forward, melt forward. Just send all of that space into those hips as the hips soften open. Now let's take our inhale. And we're going to just lengthen one leg open. So open up that right or left leg. It doesn't matter which side. And let's frame that leg with our hands. And then slowly hinge forward. Let the head lead as you melt down towards the knee. So try to flex through the foot if you can. And maybe you need a soft bend through the knee, and that is okay. Just getting the nudge. We need a little bit more opening through the side body just because of this rain that came through last night. We had a beautiful thunderstorm. And then inhale, come back up, walk your hands back, and then inhale, slowly revolve towards the bent knee, hands soften down. And perhaps you can begin to feel that expansion now through that inner thigh as you breathe in. I choose kindness and acceptance for myself. Maybe even spreading that kindness and acceptance out to those we love. Pardon the barking, I hear the dog next door. So now we're going to take the rear hand, that kickstand behind us, inhale it up and reach towards the extended leg, towards the toes. Inhale, come back center, and let's draw that extended leg in and then lengthen out that other leg. So now it's long, the foot is flexed, and then we're going to frame that leg, the long leg, turn towards the toes, and exhale, fold gently forward, let the head melt down. Start to feel the length in the back of the leg. Continuing to feel the root spread beneath you. I am kind and accepting. And now inhale, rise, and let's slowly inhale the arms high and slowly revolve to the other, towards that bent leg. And then we'll take that rear hand, that kickstand behind us, draw it high, and then gently hinge over towards that extended leg, towards the toes. Breathe in that kindness and acceptance into those tight, sticky spaces. And then inhale, rise. Let's open both legs now just for a moment. Flex through both feet. Pardon the dogs. And then we're going to bring our hands in the middle. We're going to start with a nice tall back. So walk your hands forward as you hinge from your hips, lead with the heart. And let's start to drag the floor closer to us. So just like your palms are dragging that floor closer to you, with the gaze looking down in front of the fingertips. Spread the roots beneath your seat bones, beneath the palms, beneath the heels. And as we choose kindness and acceptance, let's slowly hinge forward, fold forward, melt forward. Let the body round. Breathe in through those inner thighs as you send the space to where it wants to go. You can stay folded forward or gently drag the floor again as you just lift the crown so that you have a nice straight line of energy from the tail to the crown. Exhale, fold forward and gently roll your body back up to the top. And then we'll draw both legs in, crossing our feet at the ankles and press ourselves into our table position. So find your table position, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And then let's just wag our tail as we look back over our shoulders. So just start to wag your tail and look back over with your gaze over each shoulder. One more time each way. And then let's move the back body up and down. So through our cat cow. So slowly exhale, soften the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze, lift the hips. Exhale again, lift the back body, lower the gaze, lower the hips. Feel the expansion through the front of the heart as the belly softens towards the earth, receiving the nourishment from the earth beneath you. And then as you feel the back body reaching up towards the sky, feel the back of the heart receive the expansive sky above you. Breathe in that kindness and acceptance that the world, the earth provides for us as we watch Mother Nature. Let's do that one more time, each direction. And if you need a little bit more of a release through those wrists, just bring something underneath the heels of your palm, perhaps a washcloth, something to just decrease the bend in the wrists. You can even get a little wedge, but that requires effort. So now we're going to come back to a nice flat back. Got the dogs all in the way today. So now we're going to send the right fingertips forward, left heel back. They're extra loving. So we're going to draw the knee and elbow towards the center as we round the back body. And then find that extension again, fingertips forward, heel back. And then we're going to reach the hand back for the toes, maybe energetically or holding the toes. Creating that circle behind us. Slowly exhale, find your balancing table. And then draw the knee and elbow together. Round the gaze down. Inhale, expand. Now create that circle again behind you as you reach back for the toe. Maybe look over the shoulder. Let's do that a couple more times. So now come back to table, balancing table. Exhale, soften the knee to the elbow. Slowly expand on the inhale. Exhale, reach back for the toe. Let's do 2 times more on our own, following our rhythm, following that beautiful, we're going to call it note of kindness and acceptance as our breath today. So finishing up that last round, reaching. And now set the hand down, set the right hand down, set the toes down. We're going to slowly pivot open. So resting the weight onto the right hand, kickstand that right knee open and draw the left hand high. So if you need to come down to your forearm, that is okay too. Just meet yourself where you're at. So we're gonna just circle that arm a couple times before we add a little bit more movement here. Circle it back down and around. So I'm gonna give different options today. Make sure that front knee, the knee on the ground is feeling okay. Maybe you need support of the blanket, add that if you do. So let's reach that hand back high. We're gonna add on by maybe flexing the foot, drawing that left foot high, bringing it in alignment with that hip. So you can stay right here, or maybe you create that circle again behind you, drawing the hand back for the foot. Feel the expansion through the front of the thigh, the hip flexor. Once again, keeping the knee aligned with the hip. Slowly release, expand. One more time, reach back. Actually, I'm gonna do that 2 more times. Push the foot into the hand into the foot, feel that expansion. Release, extend the hand, extend the foot, the heel. One more time, reaching back, flex, releasing the foot, reaching the heel for the glute, and then maybe push the foot into the hand just gently. And then release, find your balance. Slowly exhale, lower the left hand down, left toes down, and then we'll return the knee down. So now we're gonna switch sides. So let's just release a little bit through those wrists first. So let's turn the palms out. Walk the hands to the outer edge of the mat and just slowly rock your weight side to side. We'll get to that next side in just a moment. So now as you finish the flossing side to side, let's come back to the center, turn the fingertips forward, and just slowly tuck one heel or tuck one palm so the fingertips are facing towards you. So you're resting on the back of the palm. Release that hand and then do that with the other hand. Rest on the back of the palm, fingertips towards your knees. And then release when you're ready, turn the fingertips forward. We're gonna find our balancing table. So now send the weight through the right palm, flex or extend through the left fingertips, right heel. So let's draw the knee to the elbow, round the gaze down. Inhale, expand, balancing table. Exhale again, reach back for the toe. Slowly inhale, expand. Exhale, soften, knee to elbow. Inhale, expand. Exhale, reach back. So we'll do that 3 more times. I know you can always modify if you need to. Follow your breath with loving kindness and acceptance. Finishing up that last time. Come back to your table and then soften the left hand, right toes down. So let's slowly send the weight to the left hand, left knee, kickstand that left knee open and draw the right hand high. Circle the wrist perhaps a little bit. And then start to circle that shoulder, circle that arm back down and around. So know you can always stay here. If you want to have the balance challenge, you can join me. So still the hand, still the arm. And now lengthen out, send that heel up outside of you, reaching towards the back edge of the mat, lifting that foot, finding even more balance. So flexing the foot, breathing here. And then as you exhale, reach the hand back for the foot, keep the knee level with the hip. Maybe press a little bit the foot into the hand. And then exhale, lengthen the heel back, reach the hand high. Do that 2 more times, reaching, creating that circle behind you. Expand into the kindness and acceptance. And then find that extension. One more time, reaching back. Now release, send the heel, reach the hand high, and then soften the foot down, return the right hand down, pivot the knee back and draw that right knee underneath you. So now we're gonna just slowly turn our palms back towards turn our fingertips back towards our feet. So now our elbows are shining forward. And maybe you just do a little gentle lean back, a very gentle lean back, release through the forearms there. While you're leaning back, maybe flex the feet, breathe a little bit of life into the soles of the feet as you release those forearms and wrists a little bit. And slowly turn the palms back forward and just sink our hips back. You can keep the feet flexed or relax the feet. Find your child's pose. Maybe those wrists are feeling like, okay, we did a lot of work. So maybe just come into your TP hands, lift the palms high. Plant the fingertips as the roots spread beneath the fingertips. Now begin to find the softness through the palms. Let them find the earth. Spread the fingers wide. Inhale, let's come up and we're going to sink down to our elbows. So we're going to do just a little bit more balance work on our forearms here. Make the number 11 with the forearms. And now just send the feet back one at a time. Lengthen those legs. Find your balance, your full plank here. So you can stay right here. We're going to do a little more side balance, working those oblique muscles. So slowly pivot that right forearm. So the knuckles are reaching towards the left elbow, and then pivot both feet and reach the hand high. So if you need to, you can lower that right knee to the earth. That's great too. Or you can stagger those feet. You can stack the feet. So you can stay right here or make more like a star, lifting up that top leg. Now exhale, soften the top leg, slowly bring the left forearm down, pivot your body back to your full plank. Now the forearms are parallel with the front edge of the mat. So we're going to do one more side plank. So we're going to turn open to the left side with the elbow beneath the shoulder. Take your legs where they want to go. Feel the hips lifting high. Feel the shoulders stacking. Either staying here, maybe lifting the top leg. Create like a star. And let your star shine brightly with the kindness and acceptance that you are. Exhale, soften, return back facing the earth. Now soften the knees down. Relax the toes back and turn the fingertips forward. Find that mini cobra. Just let the gaze melt forward. Let the belly soften. Let the hips soften. Let the glutes soften. And let's just take a moment to look back over our shoulder as we exhale. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale over the other shoulder. Maybe one more time again, just looking over each shoulder, releasing any final holding that might be there. And then begin to melt your way down to the earth. Just tuck the chin, lower the forehead to the earth. So you have options. You can come back to child's pose, or maybe you wish to press up to down dog. If you want to do a little bit more work, draw the hands under the shoulders, elbows pointing back, lift, flex the feet, lift the hips, and lift the thighs off the earth. Now do your push up into plank and back to down dog if you want that extra work. And then march out those heels, walk your dog, shake the head out. So whenever you want to join us in down dog, or maybe it's puppy dog today because you don't need that extra pressure on the wrists, just keep the knees on the earth, walk the hands forward. Now gently draw the low ribs in, tuck them in, pull the tailbone up to the sky, plug the shoulders in. We're going to start to soften the knees. And then we're going to lift our right leg high, three-legged dog. Circle that ankle a few times. Break up that crepitus that might be there in the ankle. So if you wish to come in your forward fold and then step the left foot back, you can do that, but we're going to step that right foot forward. So slowly turn the toes down, start to look between the hands, step the right foot between the hands, and then maybe grab your blocks. So let's just do that little tick-tock forward and back, just moving forward and back. And then begin to still that rocking. Stack the knee above the ankle, bring the hands where they need to be. And then maybe you come up to your fingertips. Maybe you peel up to the thigh or up to the sky. Doing lots of strength today on this Saturday. So soften those shoulders down so we're not wearing them as earrings. And then if you'd like, you can stay here in this lunge position or just start to soften the left knee, tapping it and then back up. So you're barely touching the earth, if at all, tapping it down and up. You've got just 3 or 4 more. Last one. And now melt the hands back down. And let's find our pyramid pose, lengthen out the front leg, head folds down. Now invite that left hip to gently draw forward as the right hip reaches back. And now soften, bend the front knee. So now just kind of move the blocks off to the side. So we're going to do something a little different. We're going to step that left foot forward, but we're going to tuck the foot so we're landing on our shin. We're resting on the heel. So just tuck the foot underneath you as you rest on the heel with your seat bone. So we're going to do a little bit of balance work here. So if you need support of the wall, come by the wall or use a chair or couch by you. Just be here for this moment. So then we're going to bring our hands down in front of us. Slowly inhale, lifting up. Slowly draw that left knee in and coming up. If you need to touch down, it's okay. Slowly drawing up. Coming into that bent knee in front of us. Palms pressing forward. So we're going to push away, not pushing it away. We're just acknowledging it. So we're pushing away that hurt as we kick forward, press forward, and then draw back. Pushing away as you remember, and then bring back the kindness and acceptance that you now have. Let's do that a few more times. The opening for that compassion. Do that one more time. So now soften that left foot outside of the right. Drop the hands towards the hips and inhale the right arm high. Exhale, soften the right hand, reach the left hand high. Inhale, come center. Hands melt down to the heart. We're just going to soften, bend at the knees, staying crossed if we can. Let's grab our blocks and bring them right underneath our shoulders. Keep the bend in the knees and just gently rock the right hip forward and back. So we're just reaching the right hip to the front corner edge and then back. Just breathing into those tight spaces in the IT band all along the outer thigh and hip. One more time. And then we'll walk our blocks open as we uncross that left leg and just find our forward fold here. Just hang here. Perhaps spread the toes wide as you feel the feet plant in. And then let's find our active back extension. Inhale, fingertips to the shin, L-shaped body. Exhale, fold forward. Now, if you want to use your blocks, we're going to step that left foot back, the same foot that was back before, step it back. And this time, just soften that knee down, relax the foot. And then we're going to gently revolve. So draw the left hand under the shoulder, inhale that right hand high. And staying revolved, if you can, just gently shift your hips back. Let that top hand soften down and back, bending at the elbow. Now let the top hand soften to the earth and let the head melt down as you maybe find a little more extension. Maybe you flex the front foot if it feels okay, if that leg feels long enough. Keep a bend through that knee. And now let's inhale forward, gently shift the weight forward. We're going to come up one more time so we can find a little crescent lunge here. So inhale, rise. Once again, soften the shoulders down, melt them down. So maybe you do just a mini gentle back bend, looking higher if you can. Feel a little bit more space through that front hip flexor. And then exhale, just bathe yourself in that kindness and that acceptance. Let's spread the blocks out so that we can anchor the palms down. We're going to flex the rear foot, lift the knee, and then step back. Back to our down dog, perhaps child's pose if you need a break. Maybe do a little walking through the legs before we move to that other side. So start to still the heels, plug the shoulders in. Now we're going to lift the left heel high to circle that ankle. Go both ways. So just like before, if you prefer to find forward fold and step back, if that's better for your body, then you can move into that forward fold in just a moment. And we're going to step the right foot back if you're doing that. So now slowly turn the toes down. If you want to go to the forward fold, go there. Then we're going to step the left foot forward between the hands. I know it sounds opposite. So we're going to go draw the blocks in if you've got them. And now do that little tick-tock forward and back. Just trying to keep the knee behind the toes. You can go above the toes. And now still our movement. Let's start to find our stability here. So make any adjustments before you come high. We're going to come up onto our fingertips, maybe up to the thigh or to the sky. Soften the shoulders down again. So we're going to add that optional strength element. So softening the right knee down and then up. Use whatever support you need and barely touch the earth if at all. Maybe you've got like 3 or 4 more. Once you finish, slowly draw the hands down and let's move to pyramids. Lengthen out the front leg. Left hip begins to draw back in space as the right hip draws gently forward. Breathe in that kindness and acceptance. Now slowly inhale forward. So just like before, We're going to step that right foot forward, but we're going to bend at the knee. Let the shin rest on the earth as we rest our hip down on that heel. So you can move those blocks off to the side so that they're out of your way. We're doing our little balance here. Lots of core work today, I know. So now just draw the fingertips forward. We're going to engage the core, send the weight through the left leg, slowly draw that right knee in. Really engage the core, slowly roll up and draw that knee up. Palms in front of the chest. So now we're just acknowledging that hurt, what we didn't receive, and we're going to press it away. As we kick forward, press forward, and then draw in the kindness and acceptance. I choose kindness and acceptance. I choose kindness and acceptance. Maybe you've got one more time, pressing away, and then breathe in, I am kind and accepting. So now soften that right foot outside of the left, lower the hands down. Let's inhale the right arm up again. Exhale the right hand down, reach the left hand high and over. Keep the knees nice and soft with you. Be kind and accepting to yourself. And now inhale, center. We're going to really soften those knees. Slowly hinge from the hips, lower down, grab your blocks, and bring the hands right beneath the shoulders. And now just gently swing the left hip forward and back. Draw the left hip to the front corner edge and then back. Send that breath into the tight, sticky spaces through that IT band. One more time. Then still the movement, gently uncross the feet, draw the hands down to the earth as you find your forward fold or use the blocks there. Again, you can rock a little bit here. Feel the rooting happening as your feet begin to plant in. Let's find our active back extension in between our next piece. So inhale, rise, L-shaped body, navel to the spine. Exhale, forward fold. So now plant the hands in, step the right foot back, wiggle those toes back. Just like before, soften that knee down, relax the foot back, and we're going to start by revolving. So now the right hand or fist comes underneath the shoulder. Inhale, rise up with that left arm. Feel that belly press into the thigh as you release the things you're carrying and begin to bathe yourself in the kindness and acceptance. So now slowly exhale, sink the hips back, staying revolved, lower the rear hand down to the low back as you bend the elbow. So keep the knee as bent as you need here. I know it's hard when you're doing that revolved position. Now slowly release that rear hand from behind you, move the hands where they want to go, and maybe let the hips sink back a little bit more as the head melts down. And now gently, when you're ready, shift the weight forward. Feel free to grab your blocks. Slowly draw the gaze forward, send those hips forward as you feel that right hip flexor opening. So now we're going to find our crescent lunge if you wish to. So slowly bring the hands to the thigh or to the sky. Let the shoulders melt down as you breathe in. I am kind and accepting. Maybe you do a gentle mini back bend. Embracing, I choose kindness and acceptance. Not everyone is willing to do the work. So we show up to do the work to show them the way. And then exhale, melt the hands down, melt the gaze down. Let the hands frame that front foot as we get ready to step back. So flex that right foot, lift the knees, step back to down dog. Breathe here. Let's do one final flow into our cobra pose. So when you're ready, shifting forward to plank, feel free to come to the forearms, feel free to come down to the knees. And then when you're ready, melt to the earth. So either chaturanga, if you're in your full plank, hug the elbows in, and then find whatever version of cobra is best for you now. Maybe you even find a little bit of upward dog pressing through the top sides of the feet, lifting the thighs, lifting the hips. And now exhale, let the earth hold you. Just bring your hands in front of you. Let the head melt down. We're going to just gently open that right knee up to the side for a few moments as we flex through the foot, bending at like a 90-degree bend. Now breathing in the kindness and acceptance again. Breathe it in from the kind and accepting earth beneath you as your roots get even deeper from this beautiful rain that we had to water all of our plants. Feel free, if you wish to look one way, go ahead and make that adjustment. Just notice which way you look. We're going to try to look the other way with the other knee, but if you need to, just switch your gaze in a moment. So if you're looking away from the knee, just gently lift the head and look towards the direction of that right knee. So we're going to do a little bit more opening here. So let's expand that left arm open. We're going to let the side of our heart be held by the earth. So as we look right, bring that right hand underneath the shoulder, press through the right toes as you step that right foot back behind the left leg. Let your head rest on the earth. And now gently come back, draw that knee back open. And then we're going to do one more thing here. So now we're going to thread the left arm under the right arm. So lifting up that right armpit, let's slowly open that arm out to the side. I forgot which arm it is. The right arm off to the side. So now you're revolved with that right knee bent over you. Now just feel the front of the heart receiving from the sky, the expansive sky above you, as the back of the heart receives that nourishment and kindness from the earth beneath you as it accepts where we are. And now draw the left arm up so it's reaching to the top edge of the mat. We're going to roll back to our belly, and as we do, just lengthen that right leg out. Coming back to our belly, let's bring our hands again so we can rest our forehead upon them. And then we'll draw that left knee up and open, flexing at the foot, bending at about 90 degrees. So you can take your gaze where you want it to go. You can keep the hand supporting your forehead, whatever feels best for your head, your neck. Maybe you just take a moment or two to look away from the knee if you're resting on one side of the face. Now let's all send our gaze back towards that left knee. We're going to expand that right arm out horizontally. So rest your head down. Bring the left hand underneath the shoulder. We're going to press through the left toes so we can rest on the side body and draw that left foot behind that right leg. Let the side of the heart be held by the earth. Feel the shoulder expanding. And now slowly come back, keep that knee open, so bring it back open to the side. And then we're gonna bring both hands forward, reaching to the front edge of the mat, lifting up that left armpit. Let's thread that right arm underneath, if you can, the palm up. And then gently press, gently open as you expand that left arm to the side, just keeping that knee across the body. Now just let yourself be held here as the back of the heart receives the nourishment, the kindness, the acceptance from the earth. As the front of the heart receives the expansiveness from the sky. Choosing to let go, surrender, forgive. Now let's just lengthen that left arm, or no, right arm back overhead, reaching forward, and then slowly return to the belly, lengthen out the left leg. And we're just gonna stay here on our belly to end class. So however that feels right for you, maybe you wish to draw the big toes together and just rest on one side of the face, pillow the hands, rest on the forehead. Find whatever that support looks like for you. And just let your breath hold you now. Now, perhaps you can imagine as you're resting here and you're landing fully. Imagine the roots are spreading from your womb, from your belly, down to the earth beneath you as you receive the nourishment, the support, the kindness, the acceptance, so that you can soften and just be held. As we remember, we are the stage and all the players. As we land here, if you wish to, just begin to meditate on any insecurity or insensitivity, begin to meditate on any insensitivity that you have suffered, either in childhood or in a friendship or in a relationship, anywhere in your life. And as you breathe slowly, and let the person who carried this insensitivity drop away, and focus on the nature of the insensitivity itself. It might have been a turning away, a rejection, an indifference, a harsh criticism, a rush of anger, or a stealing of feeling toward you. And then as you breathe deeply and recall the last time you carried a semblance of the same insensitivity towards another, try to recall what led you to do this. And as you breathe fully now, and let all semblances of insensitivity go. And let yourself be held in the space of kindness and acceptance. As you just rest here for the next few moments. So now begin to turn those toes gently back in space. Slowly draw the toes up to the sky as you bend the knees, and just windshield wiper those legs side to side. Maybe turn the head back down to the earth first. Last time. And then draw the feet back up, let the feet rest back and down, and then draw the hands under the shoulders, tuck the chin. Leave any final things you're carrying, leave them at the earth beneath you as they drop from your mind down to the earth. And now inhale, press yourselves up and back, sink back for child's pose for just a breath. And then gently draw your hands alongside of your heels. Let the shoulders drop down. Let the back of the heart receive again from the expansive sky above you as you feel the support of your thighs beneath you. I am kind and accepting. And as we breathe in, let's slowly inhale, rise up, draw the hands up overhead, and just sit back on those heels and let the hands melt down to the heart as you breathe in. I choose kindness and acceptance, and plant that deep into your heart, and then let the gaze melt down to seal that into the mind and the heart. I am kind and accepting. And from my heart to your heart, I'm wishing you guys just a beautiful weekend now that the sun is back out and shining. Slowly lift our heads, open our eyes. Namaste. Thank you all.